really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard, which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Yes, the show, as always, is pretty international today because I have guests from 3 continents also, and they're all here because they want to ensure that the Nigerian event planning industry begins to be as coordinated as it should be to make the best of it. It's all about creativity today, it's all about event planning, and it's all about deciding if you have the innate ability to get the best of the skills that you have when it comes to event planning. I'll be right back with my guests if you don't go away on Seriously Speaking today. Welcome back. Atinuda happened in Nigeria, in Lagos, in June, and the whole place was buzzing. But guess what? It was buzzing not only because of what happened, but because of the people that came to make it happen. And I have 4 of them sitting here with me in the studio. I'm just going to do this long shot, and I'm going to introduce, I think I'm going to start with Preston, because he's the only one that's bald here. Preston Bailey, the one and the only Preston Bailey right here in Lagos. You're welcome.
The bald one.
The bald And then on his left is Sheyi. You know, Sheyi is an expert when it comes to destination weddings. Everybody knows in Nigeria, that's Sheyi. Where is the next destination you're taking people to?
To the UK.
Oh. That's exotic, you know? It's destination. Okay, I'm going to go to the UK here. All the way from the UK, I have Nigerian-born British cake designer, top cake designer, and it's my pleasure to have Mrs.
Elizabeth Solari.
Elizabeth. I keep forgetting the English name. You know, Elizabeth
Sholaru.
Sholaru. What's happening to my name today? But it's good. It's nice to have you.
Thank you.
And then the last but not the least, the only Oyinbo in the house. Has anybody called you Oyinbo since you've been here?
No.
Do you know what Oyinbo means?
I'm afraid to ask.
Oyinbo means white girl or white woman or white, you know.
Now, how do you say that?
Oyinbo.
Oyinbo. Okay, that's right.
You see what I mean, Oyinbo. Marcy Blum is a world-renowned, based in New York, world-renowned event planner. I'm going to start with Marcy. Were you shocked as you landed in Nigeria, Lagos, the night you came?
Was I shocked? No,
Yes.
I wasn't sure what to expect. So there was certainly a lot of security around. And, it's not just Nigeria, it's being any other place but New York. In New York, people are so impatient that things get done really quickly. So here they were like, la, 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 and you just have to readjust wherever you are to the pace that they are. So other than that,
I find that very brave because your first time in Nigeria, and also it's your first time in Nigeria.
Actually, it's my second time.
Second time.
My bodyguard, so I was good.
So you've got experience already. That's what
I do. I got the experience with the airport. One of the things that I loved best was my police escort as I drove down.
This time around.
Aspect very important. It's like, wow, we got police escorts. So that was really cool.
That was fun, actually.
Well, this time you came to teach, and I find it interesting though. You're described as a world-renowned event designer. Means there's a difference between the design. I want to assume there's a difference between the designer and a planner.
There's a lot of confusion about that. And basically, there are 2 different muscles. A designer is the person that comes in and takes care of every aspect of beauty, of logistic in an event. And a planner, like my good friend Marcy here, she takes care of all of to get people from point A to B. She's the troubleshooter. She really has the big job. That is the job that I think could be incredibly challenging. You're dealing with these brides and this tension, but so that's the difference. I take care of the beautiful part. She takes care of the really...
I mean, because it's like you guys work so well together. Marcy tells me, Preston asked, and I came, right? It means you work together forever. You spent about 30 years in this industry.
Yes.
You started off as a restaurateur.
I was a restaurateur. I was a chef. I was a cooking teacher. I've done, but I came at it from the culinary side of events.
So how is event planning? How did it become something for you? And what's the key about planning an event?
I think people are very naive who go into the business. There's tons of people who find it really glamorous or imagine it's really glamorous or, wow, that looks like so much fun. You're hanging around with celebrities and...
you guys have done a number of celebrities, man.
Oh, yeah, that's why we look so tired. And, but the truth of the matter is I thought, well, I know something about flowers, and I know something about design, and I know something about food, so this is great. I can make parties. I had no idea I'd have to learn how much air conditioning is necessary in a tent, or how many toilets you need for how many people, or what to do when the bride's father is bringing his new young wife and the bride's mother is suicidal. You know, I didn't know any of that. I thought it would be a lot easier. And I still, every day, I'm like, well, I didn't know that either. So it's a steep learning curve, and it's a real Renaissance business in the sense that you have to know a little bit about all sorts of things you wouldn't imagine.
So when you guys started you learned the ropes along the way. Now you're teaching people. I wonder, though, what your experience would be, Elizabeth, because you've baked cakes for royalty, but that's just one aspect of a business. Do you realize how important it is to have a good planner and a good designer to work with?
Absolutely, especially when you're working on events at a certain level. There are certain events I won't do if there's no planner. And the reason being, a lot of things can go wrong. And it's not how amazing an event looks, it's how much work has gone into making sure that everything has been put in place so that my job is made easier. An amazing...
It's just a cake.
Oh. That's true. It really is just a cake. But as I say, the cake is the only guest at the wedding with its own table.
Very special.
That's a great line. I'm going to use that. Wow.
The cake is the only guest at the wedding that all eyes are on. You know, one of the first duties of a bride and groom is to cut the wedding cake. So all eyes will be on that. So they'll have at least, if there's 200 guests, that's 200 mobile phones, 200 pairs of eyes.
Oh, okay, pardon me.
You get it.
The cake is the king. The cake is the king. You know, what Elizabeth said about not doing any event that doesn't have a planner, you live
at a
here.
certain level.